I know what it feels like for those people to be hurting, to be wondering what happens next, to be lost.
A local woman's story of survival. She beat the odds during the devastating earthquake in Haiti back in 2010, only to relive the horror this weekend as an even stronger one hits her home country, causing widespread death and devastation. Her story and the latest from Haiti coming up in just a few minutes.
But first, our top story tonight, the Texas Supreme Court ruling in favor of Governor Greg Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton, temporarily banning mask mandates here in Bexar County as well as Dallas County. This means the mask mandate issued for public schools by Bexar County leaders last week is no longer in effect, at least for now. A local district judge will determine during an injunction hearing tomorrow whether the local governments can mandate masks. The same goes for Dallas County, which has an injunction hearing set for August 24th. The city of San Antonio issuing a statement this evening in response to the court's ruling. City Attorney Andy Segovia saying in part, quote, "The governor cannot use his emergency powers to suspend laws that provide local entities the needed flexibility to act in an emergency. His suspension authority is meant to facilitate action, not prohibit it," end quote. You can read more on that statement and the ongoing issues and find a growing list of local school districts now responding to that ruling right now on our website at ksat.com.
A bar fight ends with gunfire. That shooting at the Boom Boom Sports Bar off South New Braunfels claiming multiple lives just past 3 this morning.
Yeah, police tell us they are still searching for the responsible person for taking those lives. The night team's John Paul Barajas spoke with family members of those who were killed today.
5 people shot, 3 died, and 2 are still fighting for their lives in the hospital. It all happened at the Boom Boom Sports Bar on the city's east side.
Now my daughter, she doesn't have her dad. And I'm gonna have to tell her that later on, and I don't know how. And that was the love of my life. We've been together for almost 7 years.
Erica Candela now has to raise her 3-year-old daughter alone. Her baby girl not just losing a father in the shooting, but an aunt as well.
I'm gonna make sure that Motto and April get justice.
Police say the shooting happened at 3:23 in the morning because of a fight between 2 people that broke out after hours and then spilled into the parking lot.
My son just tried to break it up, and he didn't know anybody, and then somebody just started shooting, and he got caught, shot in the head.
Dan Martinez says his son was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. His only son gone at the age of 28. And with police still looking for a suspect, all families involved have the same plea.
If you know something, please, because my brother lost his life. Not only my brother, to other people. I know it's a brother and a sister as well that they lost their life. And we just want justice for our family. If this was your family member, you would want it too.
And the families we spoke to have already set up a memorial here outside the bar. They've got crosses up for the 3 people who lost their lives. Then over here, they've set up flowers and candles. And some of these candles even have personalized messages on them. This one saying, "I love you, Mom. Rest in peace." Now, as for police, they are still investigating. They have not released a description of the suspect, but they did say that it was a male. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you. Other top stories we've been following today. San Antonio police say they have a man in custody following a brief but deadly crime spree overnight. According to SAPD, a 65-year-old man was changing his tire at the Texaco gas station on Palo Alto Road last night when 36-year-old Jose Gonzalez made his way into that man's car. As the victim moved around to the car to confront Gonzalez, officers say Gonzalez allegedly hit the gas, hitting and killing the man. Gonzalez then reportedly crashed into the side of the gas station before going inside, stripping down to his underwear, damaging several items and grabbing money from the cash register. Police later arriving, tasing him twice with little effect while they were trying to arrest him. 2 officers were also kicked in the face in the process. Gonzalez was eventually cuffed and taken to the hospital. He is now facing a murder charge as well as 2 counts of assault on a public servant.
On the south side this afternoon, a family is mourning the loss of a pet after their home was overcome by flames. The fire happened just after 1 p.m. off Archimedes Drive near East South Cross and I-37. Firefighters say the fire started in the kitchen and they had to attack the fire from the attic. The homeowner told firefighters he had 2 dogs inside. A large dog was found under blankets in a closet, thankfully alive. A smaller dog in the home could not be saved. It's unclear what caused the fire.
And today we learned the name of the man who was shot and killed by SAPD officers after he allegedly shot an officer during a chase Friday afternoon. All of this taking place off of Lakewood Drive, just west of Loop 410. Police say they were responding to a disturbance when they encountered an armed Stephen Prim, who then took off on a bike. As officers caught up with Prim, he allegedly shot at them, hitting one. That officer was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Another officer later shot and killed Prim in a nearby field, according to Police Chief William McManus. No other injuries were reported.
The destruction and rising death toll in Haiti caused by that 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit close to home for one woman here in San Antonio. 21-year-old Bethany Paul is the survivor of the massive earthquake which rocked the nation in 2010. I had the honor of speaking with her this afternoon about her survival and how this recent earthquake has triggered some painful memories.
I heard this loud, like roaring, like loud roar out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, next thing I knew, I was just on the floor, you know, like the ceiling about this far away from my head.
January 12, 2010, just after 4 o'clock, Bethany Paul's life changed forever. She was just 10 years old and tutoring in Haiti when a 7.0 magnitude earthquake caused her school building to collapse on top of her. Her best friend died next to her.
The reason I knew it was her because I could feel her braids.
Paul's leg stuck and broken in half under the rubble.
So I tried to like yank at it and yank, but it wouldn't budge.
She was trapped under debris for 7 hours.
Out of everyone screaming, yelling, like I could hear my mom's voice. My uncle kept digging and digging and digging.
She says when she was rescued, they rushed her to an open field.
You could hear the screams of the people, just so hurt. Like, honestly, just, I don't know, it's a different kind of scream.
Paul was flown to the United States for medical care and has been here thriving ever since. But fast forward to Saturday, August 14th, 2021.
I wanted to scream because I didn't know how to deal with this emotion.
Her home country rocked again, this time by an even stronger 7.2 magnitude earthquake. The death toll in the thousands, with even more injured.
Everything just flashed back. That pain, those screams, that like fear.
Paul struggles with PTSD, but she says seeing that destruction makes her even more thankful to be alive. She wants her survival story to inspire those in Haiti to push through.
Life is unpredictable. Just wake up every day and say thank you and keep moving because you never know what can happen. Please, something good come out of this.
Her story is beyond miraculous. Despite her battle with PTSD, Paul says that she's pursuing a career in psychology to help others and to raise awareness about mental health.
Meanwhile, rescue efforts continue in Haiti tonight as Tropical Depression Grace bears down. A state of emergency has been declared as the death toll rises above 1,200. Today, the U.S. Coast Guard helping crews and residents dig through the rubble to find anyone who may still be trapped and to evacuate those who are injured. Makeshift hospitals are now being formed out in the open air. One man and his family have been using their personal van as an ambulance to help rescue residents.
The hospital has been really packed, and we've been taking people from the airport, coming from Port-au-Prince. We can't even count how many people we've been helping.
So far, more than 3,500 homes have been destroyed. Many are now living out of makeshift tents as that tropical weather sweeps across the nation.
Turning now to stories making headlines around Texas. Houston police have released security video of a mother and her children being robbed at gunpoint, hoping anyone can help them make an arrest. It was on July 27th. Police say the mother was picking up her husband from work at this gas station when a man came up to her vehicle, opened the door, and pointed his gun at her head. The woman's 2 daughters were sitting in the back seat. The thief got away with the woman's purse and $400, speeding off in a black Honda Civic. Anyone with information on this crime is asked to contact Crime Stoppers of Houston.
Over on Lake Conroe in Montgomery County, one person was killed after a boat with more than 50 people on board capsized last night. Take a look. Authorities say thunderstorms sent 4 to 5 foot waves crashing into the boat, causing it to overturn. Everyone was eventually pulled from the water, including a 1.5-year-old child. No other details have been released about the person who died.
Take a look at this video right here on your screen from Austin. Today's storms springing a leak at the Capitol building, causing the halls to flood. This video was shot by Sloan Byerly, Chief of Staff for the Texas House of Representatives. In a recent tweet, Governor Greg Abbott said that the State Preservation Board is working to address the issues.
Yeah, there were a couple of colliding thunder showers up over Austin this afternoon. They were producing really heavy rain, not moving very fast, and that is what led to the flooding. We had our own round of heavy rain this afternoon. Thankfully, though, those pop-up thunder showers today moved along. They were still moving pretty slow, but they moved along at a good enough pace that we avoided any flooding issues here locally. Always a good thing. And some lucky yards picked up a little bit of rain. Out there now, we're in the mid-70s, partly to mostly cloudy skies and calm winds. We are going to see a quiet stretch of weather overnight to start the work week, but a couple of more thunder showers will be possible for some of us tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about that, how that plays into the upcoming work and school week for you. And I also have an update on the tropics. Things are getting busy. A new tropical depression breaking just within the last couple of minutes, and the latest track for Tropical Depression Grace, which could wander into the Gulf later this week. All that and more coming up in just a bit.
Yesterday, President Joe Biden announced troops are headed back to Afghanistan, and today we learned even more troops are set to deploy. Their mission, plus the latest on the Taliban's push to control that country. Also, the success rate for organ donation increases when the recipient and donor are the same ethnicity. Yet only 32% of people of color sign up to donate. We'll break down the myths that are stopping people from one day possibly saving a life.
And the more contagious Delta variant continues to spread as more businesses and services nationwide are requiring proof of vaccination. The latest in the fight against COVID-19 when the night beat continues.
It's been 6 months since a winter blast knocked out power across the state,
leaving hundreds of thousands freezing in their homes.
Tuesday at 9, KSAT explains and the defenders break down what went wrong
and if we can avoid another power grid failure.
Call Ideal Precision Roofing today or visit idealprecisionroofing.com.
Secure your deal and head to your Hyundai dealer today, where new vehicles are arriving daily. Hey, it's your journey. Own it. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Elantra or Sonata, or up to $1,500 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Reputation isn't given, it's earned. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Right about now, we could all use a pancake. Or 10. So come into IHOP for pancakes, burgers, burritos, and more. Because you deserve something that makes you smile. This guy knows what's up.
K-Lig Auto Group's biggest used car sales event of the year is going on now at Bluebonnet Ford, Bluebonnet Jeep, and Bluebonnet Chrysler Dodge Ram. Choose from over 3,000 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get 1.99% for 72 months and 1 year of unlimited car washes. You'll get special posted pricing and unprecedented trading allowances on every pre-owned vehicle. Take a short drive to New Braunfels and save during the K-Lig Auto Group's biggest used car sales event of the year at the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
There are areas of town where great things aren't expected to happen, but from here come heroes. Such is the story of Dr. Bill, who as a young boy dreamed of bringing healthcare to the neighbors and families he saw all around him. Today at Gonzaba Medical Group, more than 800 doctors and staff help thousands with the Gonzaba Total Approach to Senior Healthcare, so they can keep doing the things they love. From here, for you. That's Dr. Bill, and that's Gonzaba Medical Group.
Got your pears, eggplants, cherries, and all your favorites.
Perfect. Thanks, Mary.
With H-E-B's unmatched quality on fresh fruits and vegetables, no store does more to bring the best to your door.
Secure your deal and head to your Hyundai dealer today, where new vehicles are arriving daily. Hey, it's your journey. Own it. Now get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the Tucson or Santa Fe, or up to $500 cash back. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Turn to into the coronavirus and the latest numbers for Bexar County. As of Friday, the 7-day average of COVID-19 infections was at 1,391. And in our hospitals, 1,299, and with 33 in the ICU, 214 on ventilators.
And as the Delta variant continues to surge across the country, hospitals are running out of beds.
A majority of the COVID patients currently hospitalized are unvaccinated, but vaccinations are increasing.
Here's ABC's Zareen Shaw with the details.
Cases of COVID-19 continue to surge across the country, fueled by the highly contagious Delta variant. The U.S. daily case average jumping over 15% in the last week and over 900% higher since mid-June. Florida seeing more than 151,000 new cases in the past week, more than 15,700 people hospitalized. In Texas, more than 11,000 hospitalizations and over 21,000 new cases, approaching the state record from January. Oregon now sending in 1,500 National Guard members to help hospital staff.
When our hospitals are full with COVID-19 patients, there may not be a room for someone needing care after a car crash, a heart attack, or other emergency situation.
Just over 59% of Americans over the age of 12 are fully vaccinated.
A lot of the people that are not vaccinated are getting hospitalized, and it's younger people this time, so that's what makes it scary.
But vaccinations are on the rise. The White House reporting nearly 1 million doses were administered on Friday. Beginning Monday, New York City will require proof of vaccination for many indoor activities, including restaurants, gyms, and theaters. As the new school year gets underway, the debate over masks continues.
We know that the combination of masking, social distancing, testing, and vaccinating those who are eligible will mean that we can create a safe learning environment for our kids.
Several school districts in Florida and Texas have mandated masks, defying orders from their governors. Oregon's governor is also requesting FEMA support and funding. She says the frustrating reality is that the Delta variant has changed everything. And like leaders across the country, she is urging people to get vaccinated and wear a mask. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
It's nice to see the rain return today. Not everybody got in on the action, though. We had some heavy downpours downtown. I made it out to my house in between shows and super dry out there.
Yeah, no, when I was at the station, though, I had to stay in the car for probably an additional 15 minutes. I didn't want to get washed out.
Came down pretty hard here.
Waterfall.
There was very heavy